On this rainy night in Johannesburg, good evening and welcome to Trendz Live on SABC News. I'm Seditsi, but you can call me Mne. It's another installment of feel-good lifestyle, music and culture entertainment. Please connect with us on our social media. Our handle on X is @Trendz on SABC. So much to do, so little time, but I promise you we're going to get through it all. Kickstart the show with something truly fun and of remembrance. Don Julio Tequila was shaking things up and brought a vibrant spirit of Dia de los Muertos to the heart of Braamfontein. Truly a celebration where Mexican tradition meets African soul. The two-day experience honored ancestry through music, food and storytelling, transforming Mamagashaga and friends into a space of remembrance, connection and a cultural fusion. Have a look.
Honoring the past while celebrating the present, this was an experience where culture, memory and artistry intertwined, reminding us that legacy isn't just remembered, it's lived. Having a conversation with in-culture manager of the tequila brand, Trendz, gives us an insight of what this experience was all about.
So we brought Dia de los Muertos, that's how it's pronounced in Mexico and all Spanish countries, and the direct translation of that is Day of the Dead. We brought it here because we are a proudly Mexican brand and we love celebrating our roots. I mean, Don Julio is the #1 Mexican tequila, and we've also come to understand that South Africans are also global citizens in a way, and they love to experience what's happening around the world. And so in a way to innovate what brands are bringing into the country, we thought, why not bring Mexico here? I love the fact that you mentioned storytelling and rooting our brands in culture, particularly Don Julio. One of my favorite stories about the brand is that if you go to Mexico and you go to the distillery, you'll find it in the middle of the community. It's not in some away land, it's right slap bam in the middle of the community. And I think that for me resonates with how we want to communicate and tell the story of Don Julio. It has to be about people. It has to be in spaces where people normally enjoy us, and it has to be rooted in culture.
At the heart of the celebration lies a story told through taste, where tradition meets creativity in every bite. Patisserie chef Jared Malamed reimagines the iconic pan de muertos, blending Mexican symbolism with South African flavor to craft a dessert that embodies connection, remembrance and renewal.
So the pan de muerto it's a bread that in the Mexican tradition that feeds the living and remembers the dead. So it's quite symbolic of that. It's enriched bread with butter and eggs, similar to a brioche, which is my background. That's where I come in. It's quite an intricate bread, and it pays homage to how the Mexicans celebrate and give an offering to the dead every year.
Food has a way of telling stories that words alone can't. Here, Chef Jared shares his perspective on how flavors, tradition and creativity can bridge cultures, turning each bite into a celebration of heritage and connection.
Bread itself brings people together. You know, the French believe that bread is life. I firmly believe that too, and in this case the Mexicans believe that bread it's for the dead. So I love that. It's quite romantic to think you're making bread for the people that are not here anymore. And I'm happy I was involved because, you know, doing this is making bread and desserts and brioche and viennoiserie is what I really love. So it was a great collab. It's very light and fluffy. It's orangey, it's fruity. There's a lot of textures there because there's the sugar on top. There's a syrup that you brush on top of the bread when it's done. So it's a very fresh bread. A lot of orange zest goes into it, and a lot of butter and a lot of eggs. So it's quite rich.
We also caught up with guests to hear what this vibrant fusion of culture, music and food means to them. From reflections on heritage to favorite moments of the weekend.
I'm colored. My gran is black. So having a black heritage and a colored heritage, they come together, and that's what Don Julio is about. It's two cultures, it's two experiences coming together, and even today I feel like this is a nice chill Sunday. It's a nice experience, and that's what everything's about.
Personally, for me, you know, I I think it's a real celebration of two heritages meeting. I think we have a lot of similarities between South African and Mexican heritage. Of course, everyone thinks it's the spin-off of Halloween or whatever, but it's more than that. It's about honoring the dead and doing things that we love, dance, music, coming together. And I think obviously Don Julio is the perfect partner for it. And it just coincides with how we honor each other, even when we're alive, even when we're dead, just in our own cultures, you know?
From vibrant flavors to soulful rhythms, this experience showed us that celebrating the past can be as vibrant and alive as the present. This event left more than memories. It sparked connection, celebrated heritage, and reminds us that culture is something we live, share, and carry forward together.
That looks so fun. Now, the welcoming of a new season marks a fantastic period for fashion gurus to reveal new designs. Seditsi Collection, a renowned fashion house celebrated for its African luxury garments with very distinct prints, recently launched its triumphant return to the fashion scene this spring with a capsule Spring-Summer 2025 menswear range. Trendz producer Seditsi joined models and creatives in Sandton as they adorned the new outfits from the new range. Have a look.
New flavor for a new season. This collection was inspired by a rather intriguing story founded in love.
The Spring-Summer collection, we decided we're going menswear. First collection, menswear. And what inspired the collection was the two friends of the brand who were getting married, and they were like, hey, can you dress us for our wedding? The couple is a same-sex couple, so we're like, this is answered prayers, so that's hence the name of the collection is Mirapelo Yabashimani ba Kalahari Desert. It's basically answered prayers of an African boy child who grew up in an environment where they were not seen or stereotyped because they couldn't fully be themselves.
I'm catering for a modern man who is not afraid to tap into their masculinity and their femininity, because I believe that we all have that. So that is the modern man who says, I'm bold, I'm strong, and you know, I just love who I am. Spring-Summer is very nice and bold and colorful, and colors that we follow trends, and we want it to be hip and young and happening and relatable, right? It was very befitting because that's what we've been seeing. We've been seeing bootlegs, we've been seeing a lot of color, like your browns, your greens, and I think for me it was the right time.
With the prints being locally produced, this range exudes boldness of colors and rich textures, remaining grounded in African roots with dashes of contemporary elements.
We've always been about African print, and this specific print was our first that we designed. Hence there's a lot of hearts, there's a lot of greens, there's a lot of browns, there's a lot of cream, which is a reflection of grounding and nature.
Organic fabrics, I believe in that, because for me I'm very cognizant of what is happening around the fashion world and what needs to be done, and being very kind to the environment, the cottons, the silks, and all of them are actually locally made.
Trust me, these clothes feel so good and they're so bright, confidence boosted up top. And to be honest, when it comes to these kind of clothes, culture, it's very organic, sustainable.
It's youthy and it's cultural. It infuses culture and even street fashion wear. So you can wear them everywhere, because now it's summer. I mean, the colors are very bright. Everyone can see you when you come through.
I feel so happy. I'm wearing Seditsi, colorful, bright, shining. You can wear it everywhere. It's summer, spring, konke, zatu.
If you want to feel as great as me, just take a piece of this fashion items. It brings a fresh taste of Africanism, also including the idea of the urban street style into the new fashion industry.
As part of affirming personal identity, there's also a unique aspect to this range. Assertive and totally inclusive, there's no diluting one's identity here. Even ladies are welcome to adorn these fashion pieces.
Clothing have no gender, and clothing are just a piece of cloth that you can wear, and if you carry the look, you feel good in it, you must just embrace it. We don't really create specifically for men or women. We create garment that anybody can wear it, be it old or young, men or women.
Honestly, this thing called boyfriend look, when you or malunding and you wake up in the morning and you grab whatever that you can grab, but it still looks amazing. And we see it with a lot of our celebrities and fashion icons, whereby you can take this and take that from your men's wardrobe and it still looks amazing and classical. It's because fashion shouldn't be restricting.
Wow, this feels really good because this design actually is for men, but we are all in it and we love the way it feels, the way how comfortable it is. Usually clothes that are designed for women are always so revealing and tight, but this is amazing and you feel like so cool.
For a woman who's into dresses, something like this makes me feel so fabulous, and at the same time this will be my everyday go-to wear, so I love it.
Traditional stories expressed through fabrics and prints. This range bears testament that fashion is undoubtedly a flamboyant African manner to clad ourselves this season.
Incredible. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. It's more of Trendz Live when we return. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Trendz Live on SABC News. Now, invisible scars, visible strength. Oh, what a woman. Our Karabo Rangwetsi, a broadcaster, a mother, and many other roles, is now an author. She writes a memoir from the other side of darkness. She says she wrote this memoir because she refused to let the hands that hurt her have the final word, and neither should we. A story of innocence taken away from her as a little girl, aged 5, followed by other incidents that absolutely no one should ever have to endure and carry. We chat to our Karabo Rangwetsi as we unpack her story of strength, resilience, setback, hope, and of healing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Our Karabo Rangwetsi, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good, thanks. How are you?
No, I'm doing great.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much for stopping by. Our Karabo, let's chat about it, right? Your journey is one that's filled with so much pain, but also so much purpose. I want to chat about how you managed to navigate your journey of healing, of forgiveness, of trauma, and finally finding peace with what happened to you.
It was a very thorny, rocky, very difficult journey, I must say. It was not easy. I actually never even anticipated that I could finally say, you know what, I've dealt with that, and now I'm going to live my life. But I didn't just wake up, and say, oh, it's all in the past now. Of course, it can never really be in the past. It happened, yes, it's in the past, but I'm still here, I'm still alive. I'm still living with not just invisible scars, I also have a few visible scars that I experience almost on a daily basis as a result of the injuries that I suffered when the perpetrators did their thing. But I think the first step to dealing with trauma was to go for therapy. And not only did I go for psychotherapy, I also had to nourish my spirit. I needed to take care of my spirit, to heal my broken spirit and my soul. So it was a two-pronged sort of a therapy. There was a medical one, where I saw a psychologist, and then after the many sessions, I've lost count how many sessions I had with the therapist, I then had to say, okay, Karabo, psychologically, you are stable. Not very fine at the time, but you are stable, you can face your demons. And the next step was now to heal the inner person, to heal my spirit. So then I went for counseling at church. It was not easy, it was difficult. But yeah, here I am. And what worked for me to be able to speak about this as if it's maybe somebody else's story. Previously I couldn't talk about it without crying, without being very emotional and sometimes hysterical. But I took advice of what both my psychologist and my counselor said. They both said the same thing. They didn't know each other. They said, Karabo, the first thing that you have to do is to forgive yourself and know that it was never your fault and it's not your fault.
Sure. I love that when you speak about the forgiveness, because I was going to ask, you've titled it Invisible Scars, Visible Strength. Oh, what a woman, and oh, what a woman you are indeed. What were the emotions when you were writing this memoir, and why did you decide that now, after so many years, was the perfect time to tell the story?
I had been meaning to write a memoir for just over 15 years, I think 15 years ago or so, but I could never bring myself to doing it. I would, jot down notes here and there and abandon the whole project. I suppose I was not completely healed. But after I realized that, geez, Karabo, you know what? You are okay. You can talk about this without crying, and you can actually encourage people. I also realized that I had a gift. I still do. I have a gift from God. It's a gift that I've always had, but I didn't really realize it, or I didn't take it seriously, because I had been told before that this is your gift, is to heal people. So I said, God, maybe this is how you want me to heal people. Not everyone is supposed to lay hands on, on people, pray for them. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to do. So I said, okay, you have to do this. And believe you me, I never thought I could write. I'm a journalist, I'm a broadcaster by profession, but I said to my publisher, I'm not a good writer, I don't think I can do this. But then she said, you have to start from the beginning and do it. Then I would find myself writing throughout the night until 3, 4 a.m. And it was like there was this force of energy that was propelling me to keep on writing and writing. Do you know that final edition, I edited it myself. I took it back to my publisher and the proofreaders and the editors, I think 3 times. Then I said to her, you know what, Marcia, I'm going to, no offense, but I'm going to edit this book. And I did it, voila.
That's what happens when you're driven by purpose.
Absolutely.
And you spoke about encouragement. And there's a part that particularly touched me in your book. I want to talk about your children. I think it was in page 47, if I'm not mistaken, where you speak about your pregnancy and how it was such a double-edged sword. But your children are now your friends. I mean, obviously with boundaries, but what do you want them to take away from this journey, seeing you as their mother, but also as a woman who's rebuilding?
They should never allow any situation that they find themselves in to discourage them or to drive them to suicide. They should never allow depression to take over their lives. They should never allow someone who has wronged them to have a hold on their life or over their lives. They should know that they can always rise above any situation. It might not be easy, but they can rise above it all. And that is not only to my children. This is the message in the book. We can all rise from our situations. Let us not empower our perpetrators. Let us not give them power over our lives. The best revenge I have learned is to soar like an eagle. Rise from your situation. They should watch you soar, glide over there. That's the very best revenge you can give your enemy. But the most important thing in this book is that we can all heal. It's not easy. I mean, for crying out loud, not only was I raped multiple times for almost 2 years, 1.5 years, I was a sex slave at the age of 5 until 6 years, by 2 uncles, right? When I was 21, I was a sex slave to someone who felt that they owned me just because we had a child together. I beat breast cancer twice, for crying out loud.
You did.
I was left for dead by 2 men who thought they could do as they pleased with my life. I was in a relationship with them different times, of course, about 20 years, in between. They beat me up, both of them beat me up so badly at different times and left me for dead. But hello, I'm still here.
Here you are.
Here I am.
have to ask you though, Karabo, because, I think when I was going through and preparing to chat with you, I was like, how much more can a human being really take? I have to ask you though about support system. How important is it to have a support system? Because obviously we go through these things as individuals, but now we need to go back to a community when we start healing, right? I know your mother is a person who's strongly on your side. How important is it to have a safe space and a community and support structure to go back to when you're healing?
Very important. My mother is my rock. She's my rock. She's always been there, my pillar, my anchor. Without her, I wouldn't be sitting here with you, because there was a time in life where I thought, you know what, God, I can't take this anymore. As you've said, you know, we can only take so much. And why me all the time? There's nothing wrong with me going through something, but why me all the time? And I felt, you know what? This is not the kind of life that I want. So it's very important to have a very strong, emotional structure or support structure, I beg your pardon. But what saddens me is that some other people are not as blessed to have people whom they can lean on.
Yeah. It's incredible. It is sad. I do agree with you. And I think we do praise God that you had such a structure and you can sit here today and share your story. I'm going to get into trouble, but before I let you go, where can we find the book if I want to read more before I let you go very, very quickly?
Okay. So the book is now available on Book Bay. It's an online platform. It will also be available from Monday on Take a Lot. They can also order directly from me. So maybe they should, you young guys, young people call it DM. They should DM
send me a DM.
Send me a DM, yeah. My handles on Facebook, TikTok, what else? YouTube.
Instagram?
Yeah. No, I'm not an Insta person. It's too fast for me, too hectic for me.
Okay.
So Karabo Rangwetsi, that's where they can find me.
It's incredible. Thank you, Karabo, for joining us. Invisible Scars, Visible Strength. Oh, what a woman. It's Karabo Rangwetsi. You can find her book. Like she said, you can drop her a DM. On to this now. A market and international film festival taking place soon. And this festival will showcase 10 films that come across from a unique initiative. The Soweto Market and Festival will have both empowering young creators with the Pitch Room, which is a platform that opened for young creatives to pitch their films for funding and broadcast opportunities. Trendz live producer Randy Tubani got to sit down with some of these creatives and just, pick their brain a bit. Have a look.
The first step, especially for young people with energy, drive and talent, amongst many other things, is to source opportunity. The Soweto Film Market and the Soweto Film Festival, in partnership with the SABC and other stakeholders, has presented a platform that gives back to the youth. I got to chat to the founder of this festival on what this initiative has to offer. Take us through why you decided to start out, in the creative industry, and why specifically film.
It all began with a dream. Of imagining myself on TV, inside the TV, and from there I got to understand that through TV I can change perspective or contribute in the perspective of our society. And for me, the why is in the service and purpose. I do what I do because I believe I have not just a local voice but a global voice to take the film industry to the next level. So it's a huge responsibility that I believe is God-given, but more than anything, it's a platform for me to express the highest version of myself.
Thapelo Motloung takes us through the significance and the difference between the market as well as the festival and the opportunities thereof.
Starting up with Soweto Film Market, it's an opportunity for the industry locally and internationally to meet and gather at the Soweto Theatre to talk about trade and also actually have trade happening. With that, we even have a film pitch competition where young people get to pitch live to some of these distributors. So it's a place of access as well. As South Africans, for Soweto, that's what the Soweto Film Market is about. It's a place of trade, it's a marketplace. So with the International Film Festival, we have films, we opened up for submissions where different filmmakers across the world through a platform called Film Freeway have submitted their films. After that, they go through a curation process. We pick films, then we announce which films have made it, sort of a competition. Then there's a jury at the end.
The last part of the process is to then screen the various films once the judges have decided which ones caught their eye. Thereafter is a Q&A to contemplate what exactly it is that they are looking for.
It's an opportunity for the industry to see your work before everybody sees it, and it's also an opportunity for the Soweto community to watch your movie before everybody watches it.
I caught up with some of the filmmakers whose work was chosen to premiere at this festival. We unpacked a little bit about their excitement, experience, and the growth this particular platform has awarded them.
It was a crazy experience. I mean, the concept started as a small thought that kept on growing and growing and growing. And from the initial stage, which was the development script writing stage, we were able to get like mentorship from industry professionals, and it really allowed me to have that foundation to get my voice out there and also solidify my place.
Congratulations. 2 years later, we are here, and first things first, what does this milestone mean to you and for you?
It means quite a lot. I think it's one thing to sit in school and in class and daydream about the stories that you're gonna tell one day, being in your room and kind of just writing those stories, and then one day it's here. One day it has come to fruition. So for me, it's really a big one. It's the first of many, and I'm just excited to see where it goes from here, because I think I had such a good experience making this one.
I was writing, and I was doing poetry, literature a lot, and I wanted to be a novelist really, and but every time I'd write, I'd always like see it played out as a movie in my head. And so I had the genius idea of, I'll just sell my novels and then have those be movie scripts. And I sat with that idea for months, and then I was like, but I don't think whoever adapts the novel is gonna do a great job with the script, so maybe let me also just adapt the novel. And then sat with that for a few months, and I was like, but I still don't think whoever's gonna translate this script onto screen is gonna do a fantastic job. Or maybe not even a fantastic job, but is going to do it the way I saw it in my head.
The beauty of dreaming big and pursuing one's aspirations is a brave and an amazing thing to do. Congratulations to all the filmmakers. May the stories you continue to tell birth success and more vision.
Congratulations indeed. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. It's more of Trendz Live. When we come back, don't go anywhere. You're still watching Trendz Live on SABC News. Now, when it comes to beauty, the eyes really do have it. From bold liners to perfectly shaped brows, there's a brand new trend in town that's taking over the beauty scene, and that's one that's redefining how women grow or broom their brows. The Halal brow is what it's called. We visited a local beauty studio to find out what it's all about.
In a world where beauty and self-care continue to evolve, a new niche trend has emerged, one that's inclusive, ethical, and mindful, known as the Halal brow.
Halal brows is basically a technique, whereas in the past we had treatments that were applicable to the Muslim community of an eyebrow technique where there was no barrier on their brows or on their lashes, which meant that they could perform the ablution, which is called ghusl, so that they could pray and touch the Quran. But then we went back one step, let's go back one step further, or one step backwards instead of further, in the sense that why would something be called halal for eyebrows? So during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, there was the prostitutes of the time that would shave off their eyebrows and draw it extremely thin. This meant that the men could differentiate between the prostitutes and the non-prostitutes. Because remember, they wore hijab or niqab and only their eyebrows were visible. Mm-hmm. And he then cursed the woman that then removed the eyebrow hair. Now, 5,000 years later, 500,000 years later, we are now in 2025, where we say that there is a new technique that allows you to not remove your hair, but we're bleaching the hairs where we would ordinarily have waxed or threaded the eyebrows with tweezed. We're now bleaching those eyebrows. And this means that we are conforming to the regulations of what the Quran is saying. Halal brows does not only apply or suit to a Muslim clientele. The word halal means pure, it means clean, it means acceptable by God. But it also means that it is not only for Muslim clientele, because there's so many advantages of halal brows. The fact that we're bleaching the brows means there's less pain. The maintenance is much longer, so the effect of the bleaching lasts longer than removing the eyebrow hair, because the bleach wears off much longer.
Here, eyebrow mapping comes standard, and it's the draw card for clients who want specific outcomes of their treatment.
Every single client that sits on our chairs and lays on our bed has an eyebrow mapping, irrespective of which treatment they're having. Whether it is a conventional eyebrow threading, halal brows. If the client is coming for a conventional tint or an airbrush tint, which is what I have right now, every single client is mapped as if they were going to come in for a permanent makeup treatment. I love my industry so much that the fact that in the brow industry, it's not trends. Brows are something that clients need on an ongoing basis. While most clients in the beauty industry or beauty salon owners would say that they have the greatest boom in December. Yes, we do have a boom, but it's not massive because we're seeing the same clients that we see all through the year. Because remember, clients that have got eyebrows, and everyone's born with an eyebrow, right? We're solving two problems, either too much eyebrows or too little eyebrows. So my business is not seasonal.
From skincare to brows, more women are seeking beauty solutions that align with both style and spirituality.
Truly incredible. Sticking with things that make us feel more beautiful, a grand piece of jewellery on any outfit always makes a statement. And now, with SA rich in gold and silver minerals, these are often uneasily accessible to jewellery designers. But there's hope, as a world-acclaimed goldsmith and philanthropist is determined to assist upcoming designers through a mentorship program. Trendz producer Seditsi visited a store in Monte Casino, north of Johannesburg, to witness some priceless gems.
The Jewellery Village has become a groundbreaking home to jewellery designers. Already revered for fine piece creations, Ngobile Nkosi of NQ Jewellery has opened opportunities for young jewellery designers. His passion for the craft stems from humble beginnings at a jewellery school in Soweto.
I remember the first time I designed and made a ring. I thought, wow, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life. So how did I break through? My mentor, Ms. Mpongeli, drove me around between Johannesburg and Pretoria. We visited over 200 stores just to see if they would take a liking of my product. And of those days, a lot of retail shops, they were selling wholesale products which were not usually made in South Africa.
In partnership with esteemed companies, he's decided to plow back and offer others an opportunity to flourish in the jewelry industry. The process of designing to manufacturing is a fascinating one. It's also followed by critical tools and qualifications for one to get their breakthrough in the market. This is where the Jewellery Village empowers them.
Me having a love of jewelry and many young artists looking up to me, they're approaching me to see if I can assist them in terms of access to market. And that's when the Jewellery Village idea was born, as a mentorship program that assists other up-and-coming small jewelry manufacturing businesses or designers to put their work out there. There's different parts of the business that we assist the SMEs with, but more importantly is the licensing. There was a need for us to have a mentorship program that will raise the bar, meaning increase what is already happening in the industry. And our key focus was on licensing, access to raw materials, which is quite unique in the industry. We recruit from the township, from urban areas.
Nkosi's pursuit of ensuring that consumers shouldn't leave South Africa for jewelry in other countries is gradually proving a success. He believes that no outfit is complete without an accessory, so he aims to witness his students' opulent creations on runways, and it seems this is not a far-fetched dream.
Jewelry and accessories evoke a feeling. So
if you wear jewelry, it can make you feel confident, it can make you feel fun, it can make you feel elegant. So it really accentuates whatever mood or feeling that you're trying to purvey. So I've got 3 different ranges here. The first is the fence range, which is a more industrial take of jewelry. So it's not really feminine, it's not really masculine. Any gender can wear it and feel confident. What I like to do is showcase sort of an ombre effect through some of the pieces, because it gives a sort of elegance in a way that cascades through your outfit. So it's not too imposing, but it's got a sort of a cascade.
When I was growing up in Eastern Cape, we used to play with clay. We used to do wire work, making cars. Yes, and with clay we used to make houses and cows. What inspired me with jewelry making is I grew up I started loving hip-hop music. Then in hip-hop music, most of the artists, they wear jewelry. So that's where I got the catch of jewelry. My challenges before I started the mentorship was the access to silver and gold. We didn't have access to workshops where we manufacture all these products that we have.
So the neck pieces, there's a mixture. I've got some big 5 pieces, which is more of my South African range, and then there's the gemstone range and the fence range as well. So I like to incorporate South African inspiration into my design, and I hope to be able to give back that knowledge someday in turn.
Most of my work, the inspiration comes from the side of Basotho, the tradition. The maize jewelry there, the jewelry there at the back that has wire work, it's the maize, it's the inspiration from the Basotho blanket area, Basotho. Then the weaving that is in the front here it's inspired by the Basotho heads, dikoriba, hanentere loa dikoriba.
The first jewelry manufacturer from Soweto, recognizing and promoting local talent. Before leaving the nest, these artisans and their exquisite pieces will already be established in an atmosphere that has distinctive designs to suit anyone's taste.
It's beautiful. It's time for an ad break. When we return, we celebrate the iconic Stimela, and Soso Boy is in the building. You don't want to miss it. Stick around. You're still watching Trendz Live. Welcome back to the show. Now, one of South Africa's most iconic bands, Stimela, marks 45 incredible years in the music industry with the launch of their new album titled Through the Storm. The album features collaborations with musical gems like Uluwi Mhlanga. Trendz Live producer Bulelani Lugogwana takes a front row seat and explores how Stimela continues to inspire hearts across the nation.
For over 4 decades, Stimela has been more than just a band. They released music that has topped the charts. From timeless ballads to unforgettable collaborations, their music carries the stories, struggles and triumphs of South Africa. This night we stepped into their world at the launch of their new album titled Through the Storm. The album honors their legacy while embracing the voices of today. We got to have a conversation with this legendary group of musicians to share with us what has been the key element to their success throughout their career.
Humility, because humility teaches you that what you knew yesterday may not necessarily work today. So you learn also to respect the people who you work with, respect the people who you make this for. So that is what this has taught us more than anything.
I feel that it has done a lot of work towards the education of people, understanding the stance of music as per what they like mostly. I would say Ureme Soros in peace was like, this was more of indawo yokufundisa abantu ukukwazi ukusombulula izinto nokudibanisa izinto together and work together, because it's educational. Music now goes a long way ekufundisa abantu izinto eziningi towards themselves, nathi as well sikwazi no communicate nokwenza izinto sisonke. So more than anything, sisesikolweni sonke and sisendaweni yokufundisana nokubonisana nokwathi sazi izinto sisonke.
Each track on the new album is a reflection of life's highs and lows, blending heartfelt lyrics with the signature sound that fans have cherished for decades. The band shares with us the interpretation of this new album.
To know where you are headed, you've got to know where you're coming from. For us, it's about paying homage to those who laid the foundation and then projecting forward where we're headed. So this is what tonight is all about, and reconnecting with the people to say your band is here. Stimela lives. Semdlovu shall pass on, but Stimela shall remain.
On this new album, the band worked with one of South Africa's most celebrated guitarists, Truimph. The collaboration was born from a shared vision, blending Stimela's timeless sound with Mhlanga's distinctive guitar mastery.
The collaboration with Stimela comes a long way, with Ray Piri and the rest of the, members who are not with us today. That's how far back it comes. And, along the way, Ray mentioned Sam Clove and said, Louis, I've got a young man who's coming up, who's very inspiring, and he really moves me. I said, really? So you must come and check him out. And as time was going on, I got to hear Sam sing. I said, wow, this guy just fits in with what you guys are doing. But unfortunately, we also lost Ray. And now, Sam and the rest of the guys, they are carrying the torch of Stimela. Then later on, Sam got to me and asked, hey, look, we are trying to launch this album, we're trying to do some tracks. I said, look, I love what you're doing because you have to continue with the legacy.
We also caught up with Anthony Soglo to get an inside perspective on Stimela's incredible journey and the story behind the band's new album.
Many people know Stimela from the days of Ray Piri, Nana Coyote. We grew up listening to them, right? And if you were to listen to the story behind this album and how after COVID they almost stopped doing what they wanted to do because it was tough for them as a group. And so when he was telling me the story about how they've survived, and that's why the album is called Through the Storm, for me, that encapsulates what we should be doing as South Africans, going through the storm in whatever it is that we do. So in relating to other artists, it might not be rosy now, but going through the storm is what it should be all about.
From humble beginnings to a 45-year legacy, Stimela continues to inspire, connect, and move hearts across generations. Through the Storm isn't just an album, it's a celebration of music, resilience, and the power of storytelling.
We are good now.
Oh, it's truly incredible. Sticking with the theme of music, this next guy calls his sound Afro Trap. He says it's a fresh fusion of hip-hop, R&B, and Afropop. He's about to take the world stage by a storm. Hailing all the way from Mdantsane in the Eastern Cape to international buzz, Soso Boy for sure is proving that staying true to your roots can take you global. His debut single, called Mine, is a Xhosa love story that recently featured on a popular soapie and has gone viral. And listen, fans cannot get enough. He's here today on Trendz Live, and we get to know the man behind the music, his journey, and what's next for the rising star. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Soso Boy for sure. The crowd goes boo 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 boo.
Thank you so much.
Yo, I thought it used to go boo 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 now.
Now boo 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 boo.
I'm joking. How's it, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good, thanks.
Yeah.
Look, let's jump straight into it. Talk to me about how you moved from Mdantsane to a global stage and Afro Trap.
First of all, my name is Soso Boy, official. All the way from the Eastern Cape in Tanzania. Afrotrap is just a new sound in Zenayo, Ngokwam. It's a fusion of hip hop, R&B, and Afropop. So so that's how all these genre came up. So studio, there and there. I wanted to sound different. So yeah, Afrotrap.
Oh, it's incredible. And speaking about sounding different, I want to talk about what influenced your sound, right? Because your mom is a church worshiper, and clearly that had an influence. Chat to me about that.
Where I come from, Esba Ucho now in Dokbana Umama, she's a church worshiper, and also my sister was a choir leader. My late sister, may her soul rest in peace. So Lendo di Culinary Kai, and also with the influence of Ikropezas around the corner, up on Suka corner, also the Kulekwela Kleshas Bukela Banda Bafana no Sawa or no Zambia was also young by then. So I got inspired by people like that. And then there's an Umtolo.
Oh, we love it. I want to chat about this popular song. It's called Mine. What's the story behind it? You say it's a love story. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's a love story, man. It's all about the girl whom I met in the neighborhood and I fell in love with her, and I'm approached and I'm telling the and I'm turning and I'm promises in the Befambi Aziva and as a woman. The Pelan the mine, hence the title of the song is Mine. So it's her that is mine.
Hey, gave me shoes. Gave me shoes. We love it. But now it goes viral. It's on House of Zwede. Fans are going crazy. How does that happen?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. You know when God says yes, nobody can say no. Because I would lie if I would say in the banner we send no, but and also with the help of Asanda Empires, because I'm an artist signed under Asanda Empires. Yeah.
No, man, we love it. Look, you speak a lot about being from Mtanzania and leaving school early. Before I let you go and I let you perform, chat to me about how that background and how your story has shaped your hustle and who Soso Boy for sure today is.
Yeah, I come from a background that is not has a lot of amathuba maninzi. You understand? It's not like Johannesburg. I know that in Dokbana phayana kwelacala asna mathuba maninzi siyalamba ngesixhosa sifakalayo. So ndavele ndazixela into yobana when I get out of that town, I'll make sure in Dokbana I will represent Tanzania so that abantu babone Dokbana there's talent there. It's not just me. Bakhona abanye Soso Boy pha, bakhona abanye abantu abaninzi, but fortunately uGod choose now this time in Dokbana mandize apha ndizo representa lonto leyo. So that's how apho ndibona khona ndithetha ngomTanzania. Apho uva khona igama lam you will always ubona umTanzania.
Man, we love it. That's incredible, brah. Thank you so much for stopping by. Congratulations. I know your star is just going to continue shining even brighter. We cannot wait to hear you perform now, so me and you are going to leave it here, but you at home are going to hear him now. That's unfortunately all we have time for, but fear not, we're back again next week, same time, exclusive to SABC News. Here he is now, closing the show with Ushuni. I'm Seditsi, but you can call me Menswear. From my heart to yours. Until next time, bye-bye.
Ushuneng hambanga waksi wengane ngane Ushuneng kupuganga wamfano sukulile Ushuneng hambanga waksi wengane ngane Ushuneng kupuganga wamfano sukulile Ushuneng hambanga waksi wengane ngane Ushuneng kupuganga wamfano sukulile.
Come on in, open the doors. I see the streets ain't familiar, the ocean the source. I finna let put me on stand. I shake the room, how a nigga go stand. I finna triple my meals, then double my bills. My car give me chills, yeah. Lil' mommies, you real, your looks to the skills. Might give you a ring on your finger. But since I left, I been popping out these bangs, yeah. And mama don't stress, cause your baby don't try like the rest, yeah. That Louis and Penny be calling my name. More praise to the high, cause nigga is blessed. I'ma show you what I'm made of, cause it's something a nigga done prayed on.
Ushuneng hambanga waksi wengane ngane Ushuneng kupuganga wamfano sukulile Ushuneng hambanga waksi wengane ngane Ushuneng kupuganga wamfano sukulile.
Ayy, feeling like Curry when they hear the golden dagger, man, it's time to put a kid better sleep. Game too deep, all of my dogs is solid, I ain't gotta wash my bag on a leak. You know what I mean? You better watch how you walk to a bro if I'm part of the team. Keeping it clean, wanna see W's on in the chair when it's off for the ween. Promise I'm back to the bone, no second guessing, it's straight for the thumb. Don't want no chatter, don't hit hit on my phone. Wish for the cleanness of vibes in my zone. Ayy, open game wide. Feel like an eagle when it's up to something. No pedal, just glide. Step in the slide. Parental guidance. Come on inside.
This is my time now. Yes, it's been cheap. Big monster, don't get you on the beat. I know.